Hey y'all, what's up? What's good? Welcome back to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. I hope you guys are doing good. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Even though this is going to be up late, but I just want y'all to know happy Friday. I hope y'all had a good Friday and I hope y'all night went well. Make sure y'all be safe, have fun. It's the weekend. Enjoy it, live in the moment. So, in the middle of the week, about Wednesday, I decided I was going to change Friday's topic. I'm not going to tell you what the topic was, but I ended up changing it to something else simply because I was on my social media and specifically Twitter, and I had saw how, I don't know who, but somebody committed suicide. And nobody talks about anything until it happens and then everybody's talking about it. I'm one of those people, but I didn't really talk about it. I just agreed with the fact that people always say check on this person, check on that person, but you really don't check on people at all. Like, I don't understand. Every time something happens, check on your people. Mental health is important, but in real life, we do nothing. So I just don't be seeing the point in that. I also did not know that it was Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. I did not know that was for September. So I was like, wow, so something in my heart was telling me, like, talk about that today instead of what you were going to talk about suicide. That is a health topic. It's a part of mental health. It results, first of all, mentally, because people have suicidal thoughts. It starts with a thought. And so I was like, I don't know much about it. So of course I did my research, but I don't know much about it. I know when I was looking at the statistics, sorry, I had to slow that down because I got it wrong 3 times. When I was looking those up, I noticed that most people only have, numbers from 2020. And so for me, I was like, well, is it time to update it, or do y'all wait a certain time to go back and see? But I think they said in 2020 it was the 12th leading cause of death, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't have necessarily experience with suicide, but I will say I have 2 people that I know. One person has not ever said anything, but through her art, I kind of sense that she may struggle with some types of thoughts sometimes. I also had another experience where someone I knew was going through it and saying that's what they had wanted to do. And, that is a lie, because, that person was also younger than me and near and dear to my heart. So, you don't, whether you are that person or you're somebody's go-to, or, you realize that about somebody, it kind of like sucks, because it's like, dang, like sometimes you don't even know what to say or to do. And that's why it is important to know what you can do to prevent it. It's important to know what it is, what it's about, what causes it. Most people don't understand. Some people don't understand what other people are really going through. Some people live in a world where all they see is roses and daisies and sunflowers, and some people can't help that, but that's not real life. Real life is not roses, daisies, and sunflowers, and candy, and rainbows, and sunny skies every day. That's just not life. Unicorns, it's not life. Some people live in a fairy tale life, and mostly that's people that really hasn't been through something or no pain. The people that are oblivious, basically. And so it's good to be educated, not only for yourself, but for the people that are surrounded around you, because you never know what somebody is going through, like, seriously. And you never know how deep it is for somebody. You never know. So it's good to be educated, so that if you see any warning signs, you can be like, yo, bro, you good? Everything all right? Let them know that you care. I know for something like, suicidal thoughts, and, somebody actually kind of hinting at it, I know most of them, don't want to be ambushed, like, oh my God, you need to go get help. Most people just need a friend, a listening ear, somebody to talk to. So just be that. Just be kind and be like, you know, I'm here for you to talk to me. Yes, it is a issue that needs to be handled, but don't push somebody away because you want to be pushy about the situation. Be gentle. Be kind, be gentle. Y'all know I always got like my opening statement, so I'm trying to see if I got anything else to put out there. But yeah, so you know, I don't have too much experience, but you know, it was on my heart to do this because you just never know, and this is a part of mental health. And again, you just never know. So to do my part to bring awareness to it through my channel, as well as getting you guys to do your own research and, you know, be more alert and aware when you're around people that may be showing signs and that you might can help. Like literally, just let somebody know you're there, because they could be going through something and they call you because you said, yo, I'm always here for you. And they call you and you don't know what's going on, but you talk to them and you listen and you know you are there. And that matters. That could make a difference. So always just let people know that you're there for them. You know, especially if you notice anything out of whack with somebody you've known your whole life, or somebody, you know, even if you've been friends with them for a short period of time and you know how they are, and all of a sudden they just start acting different, acting strange, showing signs, warning signs, red flags. Step in, but you know, don't overdo it, but you know, just always let them know you're there. And even before signs, y'all, like I was saying yesterday, it's crazy how certain things just flow. Just tell people you love them and that you appreciate them. It goes a long way. It makes people very happy inside, very cheesy, when you randomly be like, I love you, I appreciate you. You know, that makes them feel seen. Like you see me, like, wow, you really see me, and thank you. You know, then they start feeling appreciative because they feel seen. And you know, it's okay. A lot of us want to feel seen, especially by the people that we see. You know, that's okay. We should be there for each other. We should be appreciating one another. We should make each other feel seen, especially the ones close to you, the ones you're with every day, making them feel important, because we are. I'm going to go ahead and hop right into it. So, suicide, taking your own life. We get to a place where it seems as if we can't solve our problems and that life is too much to handle. And when people get to that part of life, you know, they have no hope. So, causes. Suicidal thoughts tend to come when you feel like you can't cope, when you're faced with what seems like an overwhelming situation. Literally, when things start to close in on you. Not having hope for the future. That's another cause. You know, you just thinking you have no faith, you have no hope. You think life is over, you think it's not worth living. You just have these thoughts where it's like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I don't want to do this, this is too much. You also can experience tunnel vision, where in a crisis, you feel like the only way out is suicide. It's like, that's all you see. There's no way out but suicide. Like, the only way I'm going to feel better, the only way this stops, the only way I'm going to make people happy is if I take my own life. Especially in a crisis. And a crisis is when you're in a time of trouble or danger, you know, and you just feel like that's the only thing you can do. So symptoms or warning signs, you know, be alert. And of course, I'm going to have the website in the description box for you guys to go look. And also, always feel free to go look on Google, wherever you want to. Just be alert. Be alert, because to me, I feel like suicide is one of the worst ways to go. Because, you know, as a person who knows rock bottom, I just feel like, dang, like, it's a bottom way deeper than that. And if you know what rock bottom feel like, to know that it's something deeper, you know that like somebody really gotta be hurting. Somebody really gotta be sad. Somebody really gotta be going through it. Somebody gotta really feel like worthless, like they like for real. And it's sad and it hurts you. You know, like, I didn't love life enough to want to keep living it, and that hurts me because I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, what's going on. I just think it's a sad occasion when that is the cause of death, and then it leaves so many people hurt, but the person gone felt like they had nobody. So that's why we gotta be there for each other. Seriously. And if you notice any warning signs in family members, friends, cousins, no matter what, say something. Say something. Because all people really want is to know that somebody cares for them, that somebody see them, that somebody's there for them. People take their life because they feel lonely, worthless. And I feel like sometimes that stems off the environment, the people that they're around. You know, they feel like they ain't good enough. And sometimes the situation like varies, of course. You know, but for the most part, I just feel like people just feel like so alone in everything they have going on that they can't no longer take it. They've been suffering in silence for so long and nobody even see it. It's just sad. It's sad to think about. Especially when it affects you personally. I know it's sad to think about. Because people be like, you know, why didn't you tell me? You could, you know, I could have. It's crazy I say that because I was just thinking earlier to myself, I be surrounded by people that know me. And they know that I'm not going to say, hey, can you support me? Hey, can you tell me you appreciate me? I'm not going to tell them that. Because I feel like you're around me and you know me enough to know that I shouldn't have to ask you to be there. You should just be there. You should just be kind. You should just be nice. You should just tell me you appreciate me every now and then. Tell me you love me every now and then. Because I would do the same. I might not do it as often as I would like, but I try to. I'm very forgetful, especially when I go. I'm very forgetful, but, you know, God know my heart, and He know that, you know, I love my people. I love everybody. But, you know, I feel like I give a lot more than I receive. And I think it's because people feel like I don't need it. But truthfully, we all need it. And I don't want to have to tell people around me that I need your support. I need, you know, to hear that, you know, no, I shouldn't have to tell people that are around me and that know me. They should just want to do that, know that I need that. As humans, we all need it. We need that encouragement, those uplifting words. We need each other. We need each other. So the symptoms or warning signs, talking about suicide. So basically, you know, I wonder what it feels like to die. I wish I was dead. Like, so watch that type of talk. Buying a gun or stockpiling pills. So basically, if you know somebody buy a gun and you like, you know, that's out of the ordinary. Or, you know, you see somebody like just got a bunch of pills and you've never seen that before. I think, you know, the biggest awareness is knowing somebody and knowing what they usually do versus the warning signs. Like, you know, you gotta be real aware. You never know what people are going through. So, you know, to know somebody that's close to you, you gotta know that that ain't what they usually, you know, somebody just getting pills, or somebody go buy a gun randomly, or, you know, y'all go to a store and they go buy some rope and you like, you know. And it's just the truth. I feel like I'm being very blunt, but this is the truth. I was going to do the statistics, but it was a lot, so y'all go research that. And also, like I said, it was from 2020. It's 2022, so I was like, are y'all gonna update it or do y'all wait 5 years? Like, which one? But just pay attention to your people. Somebody wanting to be alone, so isolation, but it's like, I feel like severe isolation. Mood swings, they're really up one day and really down another one. Being preoccupied with death, dying, or violence. So I feel like basically like that's the only thing on your mind. Well, that's the only thing on their mind. Feeling trapped or hopeless about a situation. increasing use of alcohol or drugs, changes in eating or sleeping, doing risky or self-destructive things like drunk driving, or I forgot the other one. I think it said just like using like a big amount of drugs. Like, you know, more than they usually would. Giving away belongings or getting affairs in order without a logical explanation. Like, so when they just doing it out the blue and you like, appreciate it, bro. That's when you like, everything good? You alright? You're like, yeah. Well, bro, call me tonight. You know, let's go out. Let's go get some drinks. Let's go get some food. It's on me. Saying goodbye to people as if they won't be seen again. Developing personality changes or being severely anxious or agitated. So those are some warning signs that you can look out for. Or truthfully, they're symptoms as well. So self-diagnose. Self-diagnose. If you feel or if you have had the thoughts already, and you know, please go get help. Please. Because I love you and people love you, and you deserve to live a healthy, prosperous life, beautiful life. You can have it. You can have it if you trust and if you believe. Signs are not always obvious and can be different for everyone. So don't go sit beside somebody trying to check off a list. It's different for everybody. It can be different for everybody. So just remember that. And you know, some things are not going to always be obvious. I'm not saying go be nosy, but like literally, if you know somebody, you can also see when things are changing with them. So if you notice slight changes, that's when you kind of be like, okay, let me get a little closer. Let me keep a little, you know, eye out. If you're feeling suicidal, but not immediately thinking of hurting yourself, you should reach out to a close friend or a family member, even if it's hard to talk about. Talk. We've been silent enough about how we feel up here and in here. Talk to somebody. A therapist. Matter of fact, contact someone in your faith community. So it did say a pastor or a spirituality mentor, whatever works for you. Faith community, somebody that stands strong on their faith and in their belief. Somebody that also loves you because they love God. Or, you know, if it's like a spiritual, then they love somebody. But they believe in it, and if you're there in their community and you trust in it, and that's what you've known, go for it. But talk to somebody. Make an appointment with your doctor, your healthcare provider, or a mental health professional. So a therapist. If you feel like you can't talk to family or friends, talk to your doctor. They can get you set up with a therapist, or just simply get on Google and call a therapist. But seek help. Seek help, because y'all, taking your life, I already said it, to me is one of the worst ways to leave this world, in my opinion. And we don't talk about it until it happens. But truthfully, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to say this, but I think it happens like every day. But we don't talk about it until somebody famous dies. We don't talk about stuff until it happens to a celebrity, or if it makes the news. But it happens every day in communities all over this world. That's why it is good to bring awareness to this and so many other things, because it can start so small. Prevention. It can start so small, and it can grow into something so big in somebody's community. It makes me think about the female that I grew up with and her family starting the gun violence awareness in our hometown community. It can start with something so small, but one day it's going to be something so big, even if it's just in that community. Hopefully it goes worldwide, but at least it is trying to help and have an effect on that community as a whole to come together and put the guns down. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to be global, but if we become aware on a smaller level and we grow and make it bigger, that can make just as a difference as somebody getting their picture and messages exploited all over social media to get recognition, and to get the world talking about mental health and suicide. But it can start so small in your community, and you'll have your community talking about it. Not everybody in your community has social media. If you're actually putting work in certain areas that need prevention, and you're talking about it at a smaller level, and you're trying to reach your community, young and old, that can make a difference as well. We just got to start talking and stop waiting until it's on social media or the news to make it a big deal. And still, it's not even a big deal then, because people aren't going to be talking about it tomorrow or the next day or the next week. It's going to be the next crazy thing that happens in this world that we're talking about. Like already, I had just seen, suicide. Now we're talking about Queen Elizabeth. So what is really important? What really matters? People's lives matter. And when it's something like taking your own life, again, it makes me feel like that person was just deep down very distraught, very alone, feeling very worthless, feeling like they can't go on, like they were to their wits' end with their life. And to know what it feels like to be in a place where you don't even care about life yourself, to know that you didn't even have those types of thoughts, but to know that people do, that hurts, because I know what it feels like to be grasping at something, trying to grasp at something, trying to feel something besides the darkness and the loneliness, trying to hold on to something. I know what it feels like. So, and I know I'm not the only one. So that's why I just felt very, very like this is what we're going to do today, because people need to hear it. People need to be aware. So I'm going to talk about a few more things before I end this. Suicide in children and teenagers can follow stressful life events. What a young person sees as serious and insurmountable may seem minor to an adult, such as problems in school or the loss of a friendship. In some cases, a child or teen may feel suicidal due to certain life circumstances that he or she may not want to talk about, such as having a psychiatric disorder, including depression, loss or conflict with close friends or family members, history of physical or sexual abuse, problems with alcohol or drugs, physical or medical issues, being the victim of bullying, being uncertain of sexual orientation, reading or hearing an account of suicide, or knowing a peer who died by suicide. Just like I told y'all, if I'm connected to a story but it's not my story, I don't speak on it. But I did have someone younger than me that's here, come to me about wanting to end their life. And so that hurt a lot. And I just wanted to definitely speak on teens and children, because a lot of parents feel like their children are just kids. You're a kid. You don't have any worries. You don't pay any bills. What are you stressing about? You get whatever I can give you. What is wrong? You should not be depressed. You should not be stressed. You should be happy. You should be living your life. When you come up in a toxic environment that causes trauma at an early age, PTSD, anxiety, and then when you become a teenager and you go into middle school and high school, it's a whole different world for kids. It's a whole different life outside of home. It's different. And if you don't have any guidance from at least one person, an adult that truly cares, it can go like this. It can dwindle. Teenagers especially, 13 and up, but kids too, y'all, kids too, they go through stuff. And the last thing you should do as a parent is dismiss their feelings, dismiss their emotions. No, you go in that room and you talk to your child and you hug them and you let them know that you're there for them, and you let them cry and you cry with them and you talk to them. If they're having a problem with boys, you say, baby, let me tell you about this story I had when I was 13, when I was your age. You be real with them and you let them know what they're walking into. You give them the best advice you can, but most importantly, you be there. You talk to them, because teenagers go through stuff too. Kids go through stuff too. They deal with stress. You know how advanced these kids are, how advanced this generation is. If you have a child or children, I don't care if it's one of y'all or two of y'all, you need to be there for your kids. You need to be there, especially as they transition from elementary to middle school and from middle school to high school. It's a transition for them and it's different for them. And they can go through serious stuff. If they feel like they can't talk to you at home, they can go through so much alone and it can build up. What did I tell y'all? I feel like I saved myself when I was journaling to myself in middle school and high school. I feel like I saved myself, because I wasn't bottling every feeling and every emotion in. I was letting it out on paper. I found a solace. When I didn't have nobody else, I found a way out to keep me sane. Not everybody does that or can do that. Or, even have the mindset to just think like, I like to do it. But it's real. It's for real. Be there for your kids. Do not be angry or upset or dismiss how they feel, especially if they come to you. Especially if they come to you. Not all kids are going to come to you. Do not get me started. You have to build relationships with your kids in order for them to feel safe enough to come to you. And by the time they enter middle school and high school, you don't even have to, You don't even have to force a relationship, because you already built that connection, that trust, that relationship, that bond. But if you're struggling, if they're struggling, and the environment is not as best as it could be, look at yourself as a parent and what you're doing, and figure out, what's going on. Get to the root of the problem and everything. But be there for your kid before it's too late. And that goes for any type of way, not just in a suicidal way. Kids lose themselves all the time when they don't have anybody to be there for them. They can lose themselves in many ways. Also, I wanted to tell y'all that I think it's saying, like, basically if somebody has already tried to, attempt suicide or have had thoughts, that antidepressants can make that worse for them, just in case anybody deals with medicine, or that's just some extra information. But it's more information up here, some videos. I like it. For those left behind after suicide, people known as survivors of suicide, they experience grief, anger, depression, and guilt. So just if you have dealt with that situation at any time, just know that they may be experiencing a lot of stuff. So once again, just be there. And when I say be there, y'all, don't also be so on them that is bro, but in subtle ways, in gentle ways, be there. Because the idea is for them to, not want to do that again. Make them feel loved, but give them their space to heal and to grow. Okay, so some prevention to help keep yourself from feeling suicidal. Get the treatment you need. If you don't treat the underlying cause, your suicidal thoughts are likely to return. You may feel embarrassed to seek treatment for mental health problems, but getting the right treatment for depression, substance misuse, or another underlying problem will make you feel better about life and help keep you safe. So basically, go after what you need to go after in order to be more healthier. If that means going to see a therapist, go see a therapist. If that means going to AA meetings, go to AA meetings. Do what you have to do. This is a channel for growth. I'm not dismissing the fact that we go through it and it's so hard to get through it. So hard. But if you're willing to try, and OMG y'all, open your Bibles, you're gonna save your life. Or you can help save someone else's. So just from hearing this, and if somebody you know, you can be a help to them by saying, you know, like, you need to go to treatment, you know, you need to get help. Be there, but, you know, be honest too when the time comes. Like, when you first realize something, don't, because you could be wrong. You could be wrong. So you just never know. You never know. So this is like keeping yourself from feeling suicidal. Get help. Get the treatment you need. Go after it. Establish your support network. It may be hard to talk about suicidal feelings, and your friends and family may not fully understand why you feel the way you do. What did I say? Not everybody understands. Reach out anyway, and make sure the people who care about you know what's going on and are there when you need them. You may also want to get help from your place of worship, support groups, or other community resources. Feeling connected and supported can help reduce suicide risk. So again, we need each other. We need each other. We need community. We need love. We need to feel seen. We need to feel supported, appreciated. So that's something for somebody dealing with suicidal thoughts to know as well. Get support. When you're surrounded by people that truly, truly care and want to see you have a full, healthy life, that's going to make a difference. And I bet you anytime when you connect with this group, the support group, whatever that looks like for you, anytime you need them, they will be there. They are for you. They will be for you. Last but not least, remember, suicidal feelings are temporary. If you feel hopeless or that life's not worth living anymore, remember that treatment can help you regain your perspective and life will get better. Take one step at a time and don't act impulsively. So it is prevention. That means to prevent it, to stop it. One day at a time. I know it's not easy for anybody that's dealing with it or has dealt with it or knows somebody. It's not easy. It's a process. Just like everything else. It's a process. It's a process that you can't get through. It's a process that you can't beat. It's just the devil. The devil wants you to lose. Are you going to let it? Regaining that perspective on life through treatment can help. That's what helped me figure out what I needed to do, because I changed my perspective on my life and life got better. Life can get better for you too if you seek the correct treatment, because they can help you see that everything is going to be okay. I know that, truthfully, I know that it's easier said than done. I know that going through stuff like this, especially something as deep as suicide, I know that it can be hard. And I know, like, I don't have to have suicidal thoughts to know that things get hard, that life gets overwhelming, that it can beat you down until you don't know what to do, where to go. I know that dealing with something like suicidal thoughts is not easy. I wanted to do my part, and I wanted to use my channel to talk about it and get it out there and bring awareness to it, just in case. Because even situations that I've saw in my own life where, again, two people, one I feel like kind of speaks about it through art, like that they may have thoughts, but you know, a person that actually really wanted to, and I believe tried. So, you know, two people that are here, and it's like, I would never want anybody that's here, I don't want anybody to have to deal with it, but for me, if I ever had to go through something like that where somebody that's here has decided to take their life, God forbid, I'm gonna wonder, like, what, why? You know, so do people really know that you're there for them? Let people know that you're there for them. Be kind, be gentle, be there, be supportive, be encouraging, because you never know what somebody is going through. And again, I'm not writing this off like it's so easy to overcome suicidal thoughts. I don't believe it is at all, but I believe it's possible because anything is possible with God. God gave us therapists and doctors to talk to. He gave us close family and friends that genuinely care. Even if you feel alone, I guarantee you, you have at least one person in your corner that cares and wants to talk and will be there if you need them. Go to them if you feel suicidal. Talk to them. Talk to somebody. I love you all. Y'all be blessed. Be safe. Again, it was on my heart to do my part, to speak on it, and to put it out there, and to let you guys know. Do your part as well. Stay alert. Also, if you deal with it, doing your part would be listening to this and, like knowing like this is where I'm at in my life. It's not over. It's not over. I'm here. You have professionals. You have family and friends. You have somebody. Do not give up. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on your life. Life does not get easier, y'all. We only get stronger. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He can get you through suicidal thoughts. He will save you. He will help you. He will be there for you. Pray. Let it all out. Drop down to your knees. Pray. You're going to be okay. Pray and then go find you some help. Find you somebody to talk to. Be kind. Be gentle. Show compassion. Be humble. Be patient. Love is within you. You are love, so show love to everyone and everybody. You are light. Shine your light. Be a light. Be a guide to others, to the people surrounding you. Be yourself. Be aware. Stay alert. I love you guys from my heart to yours.